I had been suffering from diabetic type 2 and high blood pressure for last over 10 years. I had been under medication, and my diabetic was almost out of control in recent months. Dr. Mujibur Rahman, I happen to be his class friend also, and I came to know about his treatment and his total care of diabetic and blood pressure from him as well as from others also. And then I decided to come here and to take his service. So I am here for last 2 weeks. Today is the last day. In fact, for diabetic and high blood pressure treatment, it's total 4 weeks course. But I couldn't make my 4 weeks time available because of my other engagement. So I decided to take a short course of 2 weeks. So in these 2 weeks, I have undergone through rigorous program. The difference, like for diabetic and high blood pressure, I had been taking medicine for last 2 years from different doctors. The difference that I find here, Dr. Mujibur Rahman treats the cause of the disease, not just to manage the disease or to have a temporary prevention or to keep the blood sugar level control. No, his method of handling the issue, the root cause, he offers his treatment in a way so that our metabolic system is gradually changed from glucose metabolism to fat metabolism. And I have also learned from him that diabetic is a disease not related to sugar, which my other doctors have told so far. Diabetic, I came to learn from Dr. Mujibur Rahman, which I personally realized through my experience in past 2 weeks, that diabetic is an energy deficiency disease. It means your energy is reduced, your body does not have required amount of oxygen and other things which creates enough energy for you. You don't remain agile. You face lethargic, you feel tired, you feel hungry, and so on and so forth. And particularly in our part of the world, we are mostly habituated in taking carbohydrates in our diet, which is absolutely wrong. I personally feel and realize. Dr. Mujibur Rahman has taught us not only how to address the diabetic through care, but it's an inclusive treatment, to be very frank and honest. What should be the diet program? How should we carry out exercise? Like, for example, whenever I have gone to my previous doctors, they said, every day you must walk for at least 1 hour. Dr. Mujibur Rahman taught me it's not only walking, you have to do your muscle exercises, because your muscle consumes the maximum energy, needs maximum energy. So mere walking is not sufficient. So that's how he treats from a holistic approach, and I really liked his treatment. And today he briefed us from the scientific point of view, showing all the chemical activities that in the body that takes place inside the cells, inside other organs of the body, how the chemical reactions takes place. In the food, whatever we take, we have hydrogen, we have nitrogen, we have other elements. How these elements really carry out various reactions inside the body, and how it affects and how gradually it damages our cells, and finally the pancreas becomes non-functional, which does not produce enough insulin. So he has really briefed us, and he has very scientifically made us understood. I don't remember all the very technical terminologies because I am not a student of medical science, but I could understand as a general student, I could understand how that scientifically he has carried out study himself, and then he is trying to address these things to others, those who are suffering from it. And Dr. Mujibur Rahman, actually, he has not taken this particular service as a profession or something like. He does it out of his passions. He likes to serve people. He likes to help people because of our lack of knowledge, because of other situational limitations. The doctors never tell us, never brief us all those things which he briefed. What sort of food that we should take? Why should we take? Not only what sort. Like for example, our previous doctors used to say, okay, eat only 2 small bread, eat only this thing, that thing. But why? Dr. Mujib has explained that why should we take vegetarian organic food most of the time. So he has explained everything to us. And here he has all other facilities like ozone therapy, like infrared sauna, then colon cleansing. I have never ever done colon cleansing in my 56 years of life. And after the cleansing, I feel so cool. My stomach, my belly, it's so cool. And I feel so light. It's unbelievable, my feelings from that aspect. And I feel that one should really take this service. The only challenge that I foresee that Dr. Mujib has time and again emphasized that we should maintain it. The moment here we were, say, for last 2 weeks, I was totally free from my work, from my professional engagement and everything. But then when I go back, I will have multiple engagement outside. So that is a big challenge, that how to really follow this schedule, number one. Number two, like for example, we work in an environment where we go to the parties, we have lots of invitations, where lots of foods that serve those who are not, I would say, healthy food from that perspective. So those are the challenges that I foresee. But then I am determined. I have discussed with Dr. Mujib. I have taken his advice also, that when it is almost impossible, how to really pass the time with bare minimum damage to my body. And then whenever I have the opportunity, I must follow his advice. I have already taken some of the organic items from him, which I can continue until for next 2 months. And then maybe I have also asked him about the sources from where I can procure those items. He has categorically mentioned time and again, we should try to eat organic food, where there are no external chemicals and other things. So I am now trying to think that in my country where I can get organic foods, organic sources, and I believe that where there is a will, there is a way. So maybe initially I have to find out the possible places from where I can get those supplies, and then gradually maybe I can establish a small supply chain through which I will be able to manage all those things. And I would say I am going back after 2 weeks with a very happy mind, with a very happy and sound health.
Would you advise your family or friends to visit our health center?
My strong advice to visit as soon as possible, as soon as they can spare their valuable time. And one will only realize that how important it is to visit here and to spend if possible 4 weeks, then not at least 2 weeks. Minimum is the 2 weeks, and a bare minimum expenses. Whatever is the expenses here, if we consider that rather in the long term, we will spend possibly 10 to 20 times more than the amount that we are spending here by buying medicines and other things. But if we spend a little amount here and then take care of our body and mind and health, possibly we don't need to. It is a long-term, small investment. I can tell this much.
Could you name what medications you have taken before earlier?
I have taken medication for diabetic type 2, for blood pressure. Every day I used to take at least eight different type of tablets. But now, after
now?
coming here, I don't take any tablet. Is everything normal? Everything
You are free,
normal.
no? You are free.
Yes, everything
Yes.
normal.